Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. Today we're going to be talking about Rose Tico again, and like the article says, less Rose Tico is more, and I quite agree. As you can see, the recent explanation by Lucasfilm why Rose Tico wasn't in The Rise of Skywalker that much was because of special effects, and we'll learn all about that as we read this article. Apparently there are fans who are livid about the lack of Rose Tico in The Rise of Skywalker. Those fans should probably be busy scooping up all of the Clarence Rose Ticos that are still rotting away on the shelves of discount chains 2 years later, but I digress. Co-writer Chris Terrio hilariously blames CGI for the lack of Tico. There's been an update on this story, and we'll read all about it later on in this article. But first we're going to read part of the article with Chris Terrio from Vox. The blatant reduction of Rose's role to a side note in the movie in light of the lengthy and heinous hate campaign against trans seemed like a signal that the movie appeased trolls. There is no hate campaign against trans. It was a complete lie. But the film's co-screenwriter Chris Terrio has responded to these claims by asserting that trans diminished screen time was not the product of malice but of editing and bad CGI. "We wanted Rose to be the anchor at the rebel base, who was with Leia," Terrio told Awards Daily in an interview after the movie's release, in which he was asked about Rose's slim role as the process evolved. "A few scenes we'd written with Rose and Leia turned out to not meet the standards of photorealism that we'd hoped for. Those scenes unfortunately fell out of the film. I do think that TROS shows Rose changing, growing, evolving. Rose begins her journey in TLJ as just about the lowest person on the resistance totem pole." Terrio told The Hollywood Reporter, "In TROS, Rose is at the right hand of the general, working on military plans and helping to call the shots. You can say she's as important as much as you want, but you still cut her role down to less than 2 minutes, you know." So, for the SJWs, it's not about whether or not more or less Tico would be good for the story. For them, it's about what people who they hate might think and whether those people were satisfied or not. But then Terrio had to clarify his CGI response since it was unsatisfying, which of course meant that he had to appease hyperventilating SJWs. Here's the update I promised earlier in the video, and it just says Chris Terrio is just kowtowing to his Disney overlords, because they apparently ordered him to do this, because they were unsatisfied with what he said. Update, December 30th. In a statement to Vulture, Terrio clarified that Trans's cut scenes had nothing to do with the work of the Rise of Skywalker's visual effects team. Rather, it was a narrative decision. I badly misspoke. If in an earlier statement I implied that any cut scenes between Rose and Leia were the fault of our VFX team and the wizards at ILM, Terrio said, "In that earlier interview, I was referring to a specific scene in which Leia's emotional state in Episode 7 did not seem to match the scene we wrote for use in Episode 9, and so it was cut at the script stage. Before the VFX work was done, if we had chosen to use this scene, ILM would have made it look perfect. They always do. ILM performed actual miracles at every stage of the creative process in Episode 9. I remain in awe of their work." Wow, that has to be one of the most scripted statements I've ever heard from an employee, and you definitely know Disney put him up to it. But fret not, SJWs, for you may get a show featuring a character that no one is interested in. Deadline reports, I already covered the John M. Chu thing before, but I don't mind going over it again. John M. Chu lobbies for Disney Plus Star Wars series for Kelly Marie Trans's Rose Tico. Crazy Rich Asians director John M. Chu is squarely in Rose Tico's corner. Chu has taken to social media to urge Disney Plus to make a Star Wars series revolving around Resistance member Rose Tico, played by Kelly Marie Tran in the Star Wars films, The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. "Okay, Disney Plus, put me in a couch. Let's make this series happen. Rose Tico deserved better." Star Wars Chu tweeted Friday. "I'm sure that everyone at Hasbro is jumping for joy over the thought of more Tico merchandise. I'm sure the SJWs will scream and yell for more Rose Tico figures, but too bad for Hasbro and Disney. These people don't buy things because they don't have any money." If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is currently doing a subscriber purge and an ad revenue purge, so make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics They're Bad For You, then go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. If you could you also please share this video, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it anywhere you think it'll do the most good, because YouTube is not going around promoting their own YouTube creators anymore, and it would really help me if you could please share this video. And keep checking back in all my future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.